Welcome back to another trade recap. Today is March the 25th. Another losing trade today. This week has been fairly difficult for me. Really, not much to say. All the trades I have been taking, some of them were decent setups, some not so decent setups. But overall, really not finding my footing here, especially in this market. Been fairly difficult for me. Just kind of taking a lot of losers, small losers, which are controlled, which is good, but taking a lot of losers and just kind of cutting down my capital, also my mental capital here as well. But let's hop straight into the trading statistics for the month so far. Still up $25,000, 42% win rate, 1.8 profit factor, 46% day win percentage, average win to loss ratio, 2.42. As you can see for this week, all losing trades here. So I end up taking a loser on Monday, loser on Tuesday, loser today as well. Down about $8,000 so far for the week. It doesn't feel good, to be honest, but some of the trades, as I mentioned, I have been taking. I took a decent setup yesterday, which was on Nvidia, but the setup I took today, looking back on it, didn't really like the setup, didn't like the location, didn't like the context. Monday, similar thing, try to Palantir long towards the upside, didn't really like that one and where I bought it. So lately, trading hasn't been the greatest. A lot of the setups that I've been taking haven't been the greatest as well. So that's also making up plus for the that's not really helping out with the overall hard market conditions as well. So that with the hard market conditions, with the unoptimal trades I've been taking, have made it so I've been taking a lot more losers. So far, as I mentioned, up $25,000 this month. Gonna most likely end this week red unless we see some nice continuation trades, which I'm completely fine with. This is kind of looking back at my old statistics. This probably been the slowest month since last May of last year when we had some of the tariffs kind of imposed into the markets. But yeah, just very difficult market conditions for me. Still up nicely for the year. If we go into my year-to-date P&L, still up super nicely, but it's just very frustrating that I just can't really get anything going here on the markets. As you can see, my P&L up about $250,000 this year so far, but it's just been very stagnant. Really haven't had too much growth. I'd say in the past, right, month and a half, I'd say a month more specifically, just been very stagnant growth, but I'll take this all day, right? Very minimal drawdown. I think I've been able to really manage my risk very well just because I haven't had too significant of a drawdown, right? It's very difficult that I'd say mentally wise that I can't, right? I do want to size up and I do want to nail some trades, but the markets just aren't really presenting opportunities where I can. So I've been taking the one trades, size down, right? If the market, if it works, awesome. If it doesn't work, right, just kind of calling it a day and not turning into something bigger, which I feel like is very important because I could easily, right? I've been trading for a while now where I've traded through these type of market conditions, and a lot of the times it can get very frustrating, especially if your trades don't end up working out and you can kind of keep revenge trading, taking more trades. And right, if I was to take more trades in this market, it's very easy to overtrade, right? Let's say I only take one trade a day. It's very easy to take like 3 to 4 trades a day, and these losses can definitely spiral into something a lot bigger. Plus, especially if you're sizing up or revenge trading, right? These losses can turn into fairly bigger losses because it's very easy, as I mentioned, in this market condition. So the one thing I have been doing well is kind of controlling these losses, minimizing the downside. It is, as I mentioned, very frustrating since I am not winning, but it's just kind of all part of right the overall markets. Just kind of my strategy with its current market conditions, right? A lot more mean reversions and reversals. So just no more continuations in the markets. And of course, a lot of high of day. Even if we're getting continuation, it's just high of day, maybe TP1 in reverse, where normally I like to look for a lot more continuation in the market as well. So the main thing is just kind of right protecting my capital, protecting my mental capital, and waiting for the markets to eventually start having continuation. I'll take right a slow 1 to 2 months here for right a month like January or some continuation months, right? I'll take that, right? I'll take a few months of consolidation for the rest of the year to be trending. But let's go on to some of the trades I ended up taking for this week. We'll start off on the trade I ended up taking today. Tried looking for the reversal. As I mentioned, I didn't really like this trade whatsoever. Higher time frames were kind of coming up into a key level, which was our gap. What I was looking for was kind of this gap fill reversal short. As I mentioned, didn't really like it whatsoever. Context wasn't the greatest, but it's kind of looking for this rejection and then a potential kind of push down in towards our previous day highs in this previous day close. Entry model is waiting for the break back underneath our 392. As I mentioned, didn't really like it with the context. Qs was in a key level support. SPY was in a key level support. So got in, right, kind of immediately stopped out. Um, Decent entry, but I just didn't really like the context overall. I was looking for right low of day plus continuation towards the downside. So kind of an immediate stop, but that's kind of been the theme. Palantir, I ended up taking this trade on Monday. Very bad location. The best, of course, would have been that previous day high retest right off the bat, or sorry, the immediate retest that we had right off the bat, but it wasn't aggressive enough. It's kind of the markets are just tough, right? Aggressive when I'm being aggressive when I shouldn't be, being patient when I should be a little bit more aggressive, and it's just kind of hard to kind of time, right? Timing this market very difficult because there's just a lot more mean reversions. There's no higher time frame, so it's just not easy, right? Especially with the SPY and Qs inside of a range, it just make it for more tough market conditions. Palantir, I was looking for a continuation up into this 161. Was looking for an entry over at this 158, right? Based off the higher time frames, best entry would have been off this 157. This trade ended up working much later into the day, so that would have been the trade for continuation higher. The Nvidia trade yesterday, another one where I was trying to go for the kind of gap fill short towards the downside, but really just not too much here, right? Going for that previous day low short, entered in on a 1 minute candle close underneath. You had some nice continuation, but didn't take any off and then end up reversing, end up stopping out. So that's just kind of been the theme as of late. As I mentioned, right, only taking one trade a day, which I'm fine with completely. Just kind of minimizing the downside, as I mentioned. So right? It's fine. Of course, I don't really want to be in this drawdown and I'd like to have some winning trades, but overall, market's just been more tough. I think for me, just kind of sizing down and just waiting for the markets to start showing me continuation, right? Because as you can see, really this month, right? It's just been having small losing trades, and then I've nailed the kind of continuation trades that we have, but they don't come often, right? I'd say we've only had maybe 1 to 2 good trades this month, which have been which make it very difficult, right? Because most of the other days, a lot of lack of continuation, a lot of stop outs, just kind of. You get in and then you end up getting stopped out immediately, which is kind of unfortunate. And then the trades that do have continuation, they don't have too much continuation. So, as I mentioned, just kind of fighting through this period. It's been a tougher month and a half that we've had in the markets. We've had a lot of things that are kind of external factors as well that have kind of been impacting my trading, but that's kind of just the reality of trading. We should see some more nicer price action here moving forward, but my expectations are kind of low in this market until we have, right, either the war is over or we start seeing some nice higher time frame setups. So not too worried. Just kind of protecting mental capital and protecting your capital is the number one most important thing. Just managing risk in this market. And yeah, besides that, I'm going to call it a day here. Hopefully, you guys did enjoy that. If you did, appreciate it if you guys drop a like and sub. And I'll see you guys all tomorrow. All right, take care, everyone. Peace.